Celebrity actress Tia Mowry is allegedly getting back with her ex-husband after 2 years of a messy divorce. First, we'll break down what led to their split, where they are now, and then we'll share 2 powerful relationship lessons we can all learn from this situation. What happened? Tia and Corey officially finalized their divorce in April of 2023. The two were married for over 14 years and shared 2 children. So why did they split? Tia shared in many interviews that her decision was about choosing herself and about loving herself, self-love. Tia talks about her divorce in Today magazine, saying, "I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everyone else is okay, meaning our children, our friends, and our family. But at the end of the day, it's all about self-love." Corey, on the other hand, hasn't really spoke that much about it, but he keeps it short and sweet in an Instagram live saying, "It's all love, y'all. Love is real. That's all I'm going to say." So he didn't really talk about it, but apparently he was in a lot of pain after this divorce. Fast forward to now. The rumor mill is buzzing that Tia and Corey might have rekindled their romance. Allegedly, the two have been spending time together as a family, and she just posted this Instagram photo, which caused an uproar, and everyone's like, "Are you back together? Are you back together?" We don't know. But if the rumor is true, we're going to talk about what we can learn from this or a situation like this. Tia has shared that her post-divorce life has been awful. She's been open about the challenges of dating again. She told Hello Beautiful magazine that dating after divorce is like the wild, wild west. It's hard out here, especially as a single mom. You're navigating not just your own feelings, but also your kids. She also admitted to moments of doubt, saying there were nights where she cried herself to sleep. But through it all, I've learned how resilient I am, she says. And she continues in many other posts and Instagram reels that the dating scene is trash and the available men aren't as great as she thought they would be in her head when she divorced her husband. She highlights that she encounters lots of men who don't have their life together, who don't court women like they used to. They're not chivalrous, and they don't put effort like she's used to and like she got courted with her ex-husband, allegedly. Basically, Tia has been encountering low-value men who don't put in effort, and she even shares on Instagram a dating horror story she experienced where she went on a man and he showed up with grills in his mouth like he's some rapper or something. He took the grills out on the date and she was disgusted. So, what can we learn from this? Lesson number 1, be careful about getting a divorce for non-serious reasons. Let me say this loud and clear. If there's abuse or infidelity, I'm 100% behind you walking away. But if it's not that deep, we need to stop treating marriage like it's some seasonal job that you could just quit. Marriage is a covenant, y'all. It's an oath under God. You can't just leave because you're bored or not happy. Happiness comes from God. It comes from fulfilling our purpose inside. And I'm like, what the heck? Like someone's taking half your money and uprooting their life because they changed their mind. This is why I personally believe in putting God at the center of my relationships, because I'd be damned if I spend 14 years in a marriage and they tell me, "I'm going to break up with you to focus on self-love." And statistics back this up. Couples with a strong religious foundation are 14% less likely to divorce. And when we're in a climate where 50% of people get divorced, this is a huge deal. God saves 14% of those relationships. And when the focus is on God and purpose and not fleeting feelings, marriages are stronger. Feelings change, but faith and commitment don't. That's why I think who we marry is one of the most important decisions that we'll make. And so choosing wisely in the first place, heal and work on our traumas, our daddy issues, our mommy issues, being the most evolved, best version of ourselves, so that when we're marrying someone, we attract the highest quality, high value, godly person that's possible for us versus getting married quickly or making the wrong decision and then our kids suffering. And that's not fair to them. Lesson number 2, and this reminds me of the 80-20 rule. In every relationship, our partner is only going to meet 80% of our needs, but the other 20%, they won't. And a lot of people leave their 80% looking for someone who has the 20%, only to realize later that the new person still doesn't give them everything that they need. And here's the tea and the truth. Romance is not supposed to meet our needs. Our marriage, our partner is not supposed to meet all of our needs. And we live in a day and an age where people expect their husband or their wife to be their therapist, their best friend, their financial advisor, their lover, their entertainment. And we're putting so much pressure on romance and partnerships. Our relationships and our romance isn't supposed to give us meaning. God is supposed to give us meaning. Our purpose, our individual purpose is supposed to give us meaning and make us happy. And so I think it's important for us to all work on building a village so that we can offset so much pressure that people are expecting their relationship to meet. Let's discuss statistics and studies that relate to the situation. The first one is 80% of divorced women regret their decision, according to a study that didn't include divorces due to intimate partner violence, affairs, or addictions. So excluding those 3 reasons, people who divorce for all the other reasons regret it. That's a high percentage. And Tia's and Corey's divorce would be in this category. Is it worth uprooting your whole life and your family for something that can be worked out, or something that you can work on through therapy, through a relationship with God, through connecting to your purpose, through working on yourself and self-love? One thing that I found interesting in this situation, or a situation like this, is you can work on self-love in a relationship. You can work on self-love with children. You don't have to go on a divorce to find your purpose and connect to God. Another study says that 50% of women don't remarry after divorce, and it's often hard for women over 40 to find new partners. So just like Tia's situation, the grass isn't always greener for a lot of women after divorce. They think, this partner isn't everything that I want, or I need to focus on myself. I'm going to find someone bigger and better. And many don't. They find out that their husband, who was not perfect, or partner that was not perfect, was better than what's out here on these streets. So we get to learn to not put so much pressure on one person to meet all of our needs, build a village. Our partner isn't, again, our therapist, pastor, or best friend rolled into one. No. Let our romantic relationship amplify your happiness, not be the source of it. Like I said, true fulfillment comes from what? God, and living our purpose. Now let's look at the internet comments and see what our friends have to say on these streets. The first comment says, "We told her not to leave her husband, but she didn't listen." Yes, this reiterates my point. Don't leave your husband because you think it's better on the other side. If you have something great and there's not an extreme issue or reason to leave, let's normalize staying and working it out and learning to be happy in all stages of the relationship. Comment 2 says, "He was devastated and she tried to put a face on a face." A lot of women who divorce for non-serious reasons regret it. And yeah, the statistics and studies show this. When we have kids and when we're in a partnership, it's not always about us. I think it's very selfish to be like, I need to focus on self-love. No, that's anti our culture, which says work on yourself. Your self-love takes priority over love of your family, love of your friends, love of God even. Work on yourself, love yourself. And it's like, that's a really twisted backwards way. And it's obviously not working out for a lot of people. And 80% of these women who are making these divorce decisions are regretting it. And Lord Jesus, I do not want to marry someone like this who would throw away the relationship so easily for something that can be worked out. And if Tia and Corey are back together, it would mean that maybe Tia started to value what she gave up and threw away after leaving him when she realized these streets and these other men aren't so amazing either. They're imperfect too. They provide 80% and have flaws as well. A relationship, a partner isn't going to make us feel enough. Happiness is an inside job. My camera died and I'm at a restaurant. What do you think of this? Do you agree with how Tia handled this? Would you divorce them? Do you believe in divorcing someone to work on your self-love, or staying and working out if it's not serious? Have a beautiful day and watch one of my other stories. Mwah.